So guys, welcome to Ignite India. This is the second session. Sir, you can continue now.
Thank you. Right, so we were in this place, right? So we were solving this. Now, looking into okay. So what we did, we knew that H is 4, so it's 4 into A and 4 into B. Now please understand, there's a lot of people who do one silly mistake, and that silly mistake is taking 4 into A and 4 into B as 4 common out A into B. Okay? Did not do this mistake. I have seen, I mean, you may wonder that aisa bhi hota hai, lekin aisa hi hota hai. Okay? There are a lot of people who do this, so avoid doing it. It is not an addition, it is a multiplication. So 4 gets multiplied with 4, and thus it becomes 16 times A into B, and that is equal to 384. So what is A into B? So what would be A into B in that case, right? So A into B is going to be 384 divided by 16. And what's 384 by 16? 24. Right, great. So 384 by 16 is nothing but 24. Now, in your mind, do you remember what was the condition for A and B? Right? A and B are supposed to be what we said, co-primes. So now, which means I need two values of A and B whose product is 24 and they are co-prime to each other. Co-prime means they do not have anything in common. So before you end up jumping into that, what we usually do is we first write down all the values which give me 24. Okay, we write down all the values which gives me 24. So I have 1 into 24, 2 into 12, 3 into 8, 4 into 6, and that's all, right? Because the rest is the reverse of this. Rest of them is going to be 6 into 4, 8 into 3, 12 into 2, and so on. So it's going to be reverse of it. So it's going to be all these 4 options. But now I am looking at a value which is 2 values which are co-prime. And what's a co-prime? Co-prime means highest common factor is 1 basically, right? No common factor means the highest common factor is 1, okay? So now tell me which are the 2 values which do not have any common factor. 1 and 24 is one such value, Bhargavi, right? And 3 and 8 is one other value. So you cannot ignore 1 and 24, okay? So 1 and 24 and 3 and 8. Yes, Karen, that's true. So these are the 2 values which are basically co-prime to each other. So which implies that A and B can be 1, 24, 3 and 8, or the reverse. Doesn't matter, okay? They are not asking me an order, proper order pad. They're asking me 2 values. So A and B can take 1 and 24, 3 and 8. So if A and B can take 1 and 24, 3 and 8, then the value N1 and N2 can take 4 into 1, 4 into 24. Why 4 into 1, 4 into 24? Because A and B value was 1 and 24. Whereas N1 and N2's values H into A and H into B. Okay, so 4 into 1 and 4 into 24, and 4 into 3, 4 into 8. So there are 2 sets of values which N1 and N2 can take. Now please understand, the question is not talking about what are the values. Okay, the question is not talking about what are the values. The question is talking about how many subsets. So I realize that there are 2 sets. So I do not have to spend time in multiplying 4 into 24 and so on and so forth. Okay, so don't have to do that. Now that's what I'm saying, guys. Don't have to multiply any value. No one is asking you. The question is not about finding HCF. The question is not about finding the values of the number. The question is about how many such numbers exist. And if there are two numbers existing, two sets of numbers existing here, when I'm solving this question, then the answer for this question will be 2. That's it, nothing else to do. Okay, let's understand this again from another question. Next question is this. Now here I have not given product, I have given you sum. Sum of two numbers is 96. You have to only tell me how many such numbers exist. You are not here to tell me the numbers. You are not here to tell me the LCM. You are only here to tell me how many such numbers exist. Sum of the number is 96 and HCF is 4. Oops. So if your number is N1 and N2, you will say your number is H into A and H into B. So if your number is H into A and H into B, then you're going to basically say that H into A plus H into B is 96. Now this is the place where you can take the H common out. Because you're not multiplying it, you're adding. So H becomes a common factor between A and B. Right? And that's 96. Now what is H? 4. So A plus B becomes 96 divided by 4. What is 96 by 4? 24. Wow. So you got to tell me kya Kathy? Right, 24. Now you guys have to tell me what are the two values? What are the two values which add up to 24 and doesn't have any common factor? So rather than, so I always do this, okay? You may not, if you find it good, do it, otherwise leave it, your choice. But I usually do this. I write everything. The reason why I write everything is so that I do not do a silly mistake of missing out anything. Okay, after coming till here, I do not want to miss out not getting marks, right? So I basically write everything. So what are the two values which add up and give me 24? 1 plus 23, 122, 222, 3, 21, 4 plus 20, 5 plus 19. Now, this is where I stop. And then I realize that now no even number can come. Because when an even number comes, the other number is also going to be even. And 2 becomes a common factor between two even numbers. Right? Look at 4 and 20. Two even numbers, 2 is a common factor. Two even numbers, 2 is a common factor. So I do not have to write down even numbers now. Right? So after 5, I'll directly write 7. 7 plus 17, 9 plus 20, 15, 11 plus 13. That's it, because the rest is going to be reverse of this. Now the common factor. 9 and 15, do they have a common factor? Yes, they have a common factor. 3 is a common factor between them. 2 and 22 has a common factor. 3 and 21 has a common factor. 4 and 20 has a common factor. What doesn't have a common factor? 1 and 23, 5 and 19, 7 and 17, 11 and 13. These are the values which do not have a common factor. Now what are these values? These are the values of A and B. Right? These are the values of A and B. Now I don't care what is the value of N1 and N2. Because as many A and B's you have, that many N1 and N2 you will have. I'm repeating. As many A and B you will have, that many N1 and N2 you are going to have. Because N1 and N2 comes only from A and B. So if I have 1, 2, 3, and 4, 4 sets of A and B, then there are 4 sets of N1 and N2, which means the answer for this question, how many such numbers exist, will be 4. Now, few of you would have lost it somewhere. I want you guys to come back. Just a minute, please. Sorry. What you didn't understand in this case? Anyone has a doubt, please raise. Nobody has a doubt. Are you so clear with it?
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, I had a doubt. So when
Please.
we were listing out what could add up,
Uh-huh.
how did you find out it wouldn't be an even number?
Okay. So whom I'm speaking to?
Karen, sir.
Karen. So Karen, tell me this. What was your objective in searching the two numbers?
They have to be co-primes and they have to add up
Okay.
to 24.
Right. So they had to be. So when you were searching for two numbers, you were searching for two numbers which has to be co-prime, and it has to add up to 24. Correct. Now, if you have an even number as A, Carol, will you have an even number even in the B part?
Yes, and then they wouldn't be co-primes. Okay,
Right.
I understand.
No, so there's no point in you doing that donkey's work of writing even numbers.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Anyone? Anyone with any other number, any other doubt, please raise. You can shoot a chat or you can raise a question. Okay, guys. So I guess you guys are good with it. So you have understood this, right? Can you all give me a thumbs up if you have understood this, please? I know I'm giving an exercise to your hand too. So this is where we are going to probably stop, Rimjim. Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
If I go to the next one, there are lots of other questions and they will going to literally kill me for these questions to come up. So let's stop here. And next class, I will begin with those questions then.
Sure.
Right, okay, done. Guys, as said, if you have any doubts, if you have any queries, once you revisit the videos in the YouTube, if you have queries, please drop down. I have already dropped my number to you last class. So if you have any doubt, feel free to share that question with me. I'll be more than happy to answer you. Okay, doubt on solving a question, doubt on understanding a logic or a concept. You want me to teach you a concept through WhatsApp, I can do that also. I have no issues. As long as you are ready to learn, I'm ready to teach. Okay, it shouldn't be the vice versa, because vice versa doesn't work. I'm always ready to teach, but doesn't mean that you're always ready to learn. So the vice versa will always work, right? So all the best, do well. We'll catch up soon, the next class. Thanks, Ayushi. Thanks, Bhargavi. Thanks, Karen. So for all of you, again, one last time, dropping my number. If you in case have not noted down and you want to note it down and ask me doubts in the later stage in the chat box, you can always do that. Okay. Over to you, Rimjim. Thanks a lot for the session. I hope you guys understood whatever we taught. I'm going in a very, very capsule model. I'm not going in depth. I'm not going fast. I'm not ensuring that you guys are overburdened with this. Right? In a very capsule manner is what I'm taking it. Right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Anushka, you have raised a hand. Do you have a doubt?
No, ma'am, it clicked by mistake.
Okay, no problem. Okay, thank you, Anansa, for taking this session. For everyone, if you want to revise this or look into a previous session, please go to Ignite India Education channel on YouTube. Like, subscribe, press the bell button, and drop in any kind of doubts to us or to the mentor who's teaching you or anyone you are in touch with. If this is your first session, please remember between the sessions, if you get logged out, just click on the same link and connect back on this session. We'll see you in this quantitative session again, another alternative day. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, Anansa, for being here. And thank you for guiding all the students.
Thanks, Rimjim. Thanks all. Good night.
Thank you, guys. Good night. Bye. At least I can hear some byes.
Good night, everyone. Good night, sir.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Shivankar, your guitar is still pending, man.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Bye.
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 Good night. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Bye.